YouTube. Today we're going to go through on how to rebuild your subvod kangertech starter kit coils. These coils are going to be a 0.5 voltage or whatnot coil, and we're going to wrap it about 4 or 5 times. First thing you'll need are a pair of tweezers. Second, a pair of nail clippers. Your e-liquid. You need your kangertech vape. Of course, you need a couple of Q-tips to clean out your vape. And something kind of like this wooden stick I have to make your coil. You'll also need cotton for the inside of your coil. First thing you want to do is take off the head of your vape and take your coil out. I've already taken mine out and emptied it. I'll show you how to go through that in a little bit. You want to set the rest of your vape aside. First thing you want to do is take your tweezers, and on your coil there's this little red piece right here, little red seal that separates positive to negative, and then there's this little metal platform that connects to your negative. First thing you want to do is take this seal off and depart it. Your coil is going to come out, and all you want to do is take your coil out and all the cotton and excess stuff. Second thing you want to do is you need some of this wire. I got this wire from another kind of coil. It's a 0.5 ohm rating wire. That's what you're going to make your coil out of, if you can see that clearly. First thing you want to do is you're going to take your wire and your stick or whatever you're using to wrap your coil. You're going to want to leave a little extra wire on that end right there. First thing you want to do is you want to keep that wrap really tight and wrap that around about 4 or 5 times. I got mine wrapped around 5 times, if you can see that clearly. Next thing you want to do is you want to push your coil in tight so it can be a nice tight stiff coil, and you want to make sure all these layers are equally spreaded. Once you take your outer casing, you want to take your coil and make sure that your coil will fit right inside there for when you make your whole coil. Next thing you want to do is you want to make sure it's tight. Make sure it's tight just like that. So you see that's pretty tight. If I can focus. It's not going to focus very well, but next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you have extra wire on this so you can actually put your coil inside your casing. Next thing you want to do is take your wire cutters or nail clippers or whatever you have, and you want to make sure these wires are the same exact length. So I have mine the same length, if you can see that. Next thing you want to do is make sure that's tight. Slide it off your wrapping, whatever you're using to wrap it. Want to pinch that with your fingers and make sure that's a tight, nice coil. Next thing you want to do is you want to take your casing and put the end of the wires up until they come out of the end of your casing, like that. So you want to pull those until you see your coil coming in through there and line it up with that. Then what you want to do is take whatever thing you use to wrap your coil you want to take that and let me show you. Do this over here. You want to put that directly through, just like that, to where you can see your coil is wrapped around that, so your coil stays in place. Next thing you want to do is you want to take these two wires, keep one up, just like that, and bend the other one down into the little slot, just like that, if you can see that clearly. Bend it down into that slot. Next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that's really tight, and take your rubber separator and you want to put it over the coil wire that's standing up, just like that. You want to put your seal inside the casing, and then bend the other wire down tight opposite ways of the other one. So you want to bend that down, make sure that's really tight. Then next thing you want to do, you want to take your middle piece, that negative piece, that's going to touch this wire to make sure you have negative and positive. Next thing you want to do is you want to put that right in there and push it down tight. Make sure that's really tight. So that's what that looks like. We're almost done. So next thing we're doing is you want to take your nail clippers and you want to take all that excess wire off and snip it just perfectly to the edge, right on the edge of that rubber guard, and right where that metal ends. If you can see that good. See how I snipped my wires right there? And then on that side, I snipped it right there. Turn some of these lights off. Alright, now you might be able to see it a little better. Next thing you want to do is you want to take cotton and make sure you have the perfect skinny starting piece that'll fit directly through your coil. So you want to twist that up just like that, have a little cotton like that. You want to take your casing off and make sure that your coil is perfectly set inside there, just like mine is, all lined up, if you can see that. Next thing you want to do, you want to take your cotton and you want to put it directly through these two holes right here that come out the end. You want to stick that in there and then pull the cotton out to make sure it's even about both sides. Next thing you want to do is you want to take a little bit of extra cotton, like I'll say about that much cotton, sizing up to my fingers, and you want to put that in the top of the coil. Kind of ball it up and put it in the top right there. That's what's going to soak up all your liquid. Kind of fix that around with your tweezers and whatnot. Then what you want to do is take a little bit of cotton, start putting it inside these holes on the sides. So you have pretty much a lot of cotton in there to soak up all your liquid. I only do it one side because I don't want so much cotton in. And then on the other side, I take my tweezers and push that excess cotton from out there into the outer casing. And there you have it. That is your new kangertech starter kit coil. Your coil's inside there. You put everything all how it should be. Now we have to test it off. So I'm gonna take my flat. I want to put my new coil inside there, perfect fit. And then what you want to do is make sure that nice and snug. Make sure you got that air seal how you want it. Next, take your e-liquid. I got myself some just glycerin for testing. You want to put a couple drips inside your coil to moisten it up. Put moisture into your cotton. And that's going to help you when you prime it. So you can get ready to vape it. And I'll show you how much vapor it produces. Okay, so I put on the sides, put a little bit in there, a little bit in here, just a couple drops. So, if you can see that. Next thing you want to do is you want to get your battery. You want to adapt it to your battery. And you want to click your button and prime it. I don't know if you can hear that. And see how it's priming? Look like it vapes pretty good. Next thing you want to do, put a little more juice. You want to take your tank or whatnot, or if you have a drip tip or whatnot, you want to screw that tank on. Open your top, that's how you fill it. Drop a couple juice drops in there. Next thing you want to do is prime it a couple more times. And here's how it vapes. So, pretty good vapor. I like it. Not too much, but just enough to where you can make your perfect clouds for tricks. Thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe. I'm Xavier with Vape King, and see you in the next video.